What if I told you that the United States has in its arsenal bombs so powerful they could wipe out the entire world in a matter of seconds? Since coming to power, Donald Trump has ordered attacks that have shaken entire nations. And if there's someone who, with just the push of a button, could end millions of lives, it's him. Today on TechZNX, we're going to show you the 7 bombs with which the United States could destroy the world in seconds. We're talking about weapons so powerful they can wipe out entire cities and turn the planet into an uninhabitable hell. So get ready, because what you're about to see will chill your blood. Let's begin. Number 7. B61 Mod 12 Tactical Nuclear Bomb. It may seem small compared to other monsters in the nuclear arsenal, but the B61 Mod 12 is one of the most versatile and dangerous weapons the United States has ever developed. It's not designed to erase continents, but to strike with surgical precision. Although, at maximum yield, it could wipe out an entire city in a single flash. This tactical nuclear bomb has a modular design that allows its explosive yield to be adjusted. It can be configured for a reduced detonation of just 300 kilotons, enough to completely destroy a fortified military base, or raised to several megatons, unleashing a force comparable to hundreds of Hiroshima-sized bombs. The B61 Mod 12 can be dropped from strategic bombers like the B-52 Stratofortress or the B-2 Spirit, and even from fighters like the F-35 Lightning II. Once released, it deploys a GPS guidance system that allows it to hit with an accuracy of just a few meters, even from extreme altitudes or at supersonic speeds. What's most unsettling about this weapon is its political nature. Being tactical and adjustable, it could be used in a conflict without automatically triggering a full-scale nuclear war. But its mere activation would cross a line that could unleash an unstoppable escalation. In other words, the B61 Mod 12 lets you choose between controlled destruction or unleashing nuclear hell in seconds. And if this is only number 7, what's coming next is far, far worse. Number 6. GBU-43/B MOAB. Its official name is the GBU-43/B Massive Ordnance Air Blast, but worldwide it's known by a nickname that says it all: MOAB, Mother of All Bombs. It's the largest and most powerful conventional bomb ever used by the United States, and it doesn't need to be nuclear to leave a trail of destruction that freezes the blood. The MOAB measures over 9 meters in length, weighs about 10 tons, and carries a core of high-energy explosives that, upon detonation, generates a blast wave so brutal it can crush bunkers, level buildings, and erase entire villages in an instant. Its effective destruction radius exceeds 1.5 kilometers, and the pressure it produces at ground zero is enough to turn reinforced concrete into dust. It was designed for specific missions: eliminating tunnel complexes, destroying underground bases, and breaking enemy morale with a strike so devastating there's no chance of retaliation. Its first real combat use was in Afghanistan, when an MC-130 Hercules dropped it on an ISIS tunnel network, producing an explosion so massive it was visible from kilometers away, and leaving a crater the size of a multi-story building. Although it carries no nuclear charge, the psychological impact of the MOAB is almost as great as its real destructive power. Its mere presence in a theater of operations sends a clear message. If the Pentagon chooses to use it, there is no safe refuge. And if this is the conventional bomb at number 6, what follows now is pure nuclear terror. Number 5. AGM-86 ALCM with nuclear payload. If there's a weapon that defines the concept of striking without being seen, it's the AGM-86 Air-Launched Cruise Missile, or ALCM. This air-launched cruise missile is the invisible hand of the U.S. nuclear arsenal, capable of traveling thousands of kilometers, dodging defenses, and destroying its target before anyone even knows it's coming. Each AGM-86 can carry a W-80 nuclear warhead with an adjustable yield of up to 150 kilotons. That's enough to completely erase a large city or a strategic base, leaving behind a radioactive crater and a lethal cloud that would linger for weeks. Its lethality comes not just from its payload, but from its attack profile. Once released from a B-52 Stratofortress bomber, the AGM-86 flies at low altitude, hugging the terrain to stay hidden from radar and air defense systems. With inertial navigation and GPS guidance, it can approach from unpredictable routes and strike with accuracy within just a few meters. In a real mission, a single bomber could launch over a dozen of these missiles in different directions, overwhelming enemy defenses and ensuring at least one hits its target. And with a range exceeding 2,500 kilometers, the launching aircraft wouldn't even need to enter hostile airspace. In a nuclear war scenario, the AGM-86 would be the silent dagger that arrives before the thunder, the warning that the world is about to change forever. And what comes next won't be silent. It'll be the roar of an announced apocalypse. Number 4. W-88. If an enemy can't see a land-based ballistic missile coming, imagine one that emerges from the depths of the ocean. The W-88 is the nuclear warhead that arms Trident 2D5 ballistic missiles, the most powerful weapon in the U.S. submarine fleet and one of the most feared on the planet. Each W-88 yields up to 475 kilotons, meaning a single detonation would release over 30 times the energy of the Hiroshima bomb. And here's the most chilling part. A single Ohio-class submarine can carry up to 24 Trident II missiles, each capable of deploying multiple W-88 warheads against different targets simultaneously. The speed and trajectory of the Trident II make interception nearly impossible. It can be launched from a hidden submarine thousands of kilometers away, travel through the atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, and re-enter to strike with lethal precision. Within minutes, it could destroy not just one city, but multiple major metropolitan areas in a single coordinated attack. This weapon embodies the concept of assured destruction, a strike from an undetectable location with the power to wipe out an entire country, a threat that never makes headlines, but is always there, silently patrolling beneath the waves. Number 3. B-83. Among all active nuclear weapons in the U.S. arsenal, none surpasses the power of the B-83. This gravity bomb, designed in the 1980s, remains the most destructive weapon the United States keeps ready for immediate use. Its maximum yield reaches 1,200 kilotons, more than 80 times the energy released by the Hiroshima bomb. A single detonation could wipe out an entire city the size of New York, destroying not just structures, but triggering massive fires and a radioactive cloud that would persist for decades. The B-83 can be dropped from strategic bombers like the B-52 Stratofortress or the B-2 Spirit, either as a free-fall bomb or guided to its target. It can detonate on the surface or at high altitude to maximize damage depending on the target, whether it's a deeply buried bunker or a vast urban area. Although it's officially scheduled for retirement in the coming years, the B-83 remains a card up the Pentagon's sleeve. And as long as it stays in service, its very existence sends a clear message. The United States still holds the capability to erase entire nations with a single bomb. If this is number 3, imagine the power of the last two. Number 2. LGM-118 Peacekeeper with MOABs. If there were a weapon specifically designed to wipe a country off the map in minutes, it would be the LGM-118 Peacekeeper. This intercontinental ballistic missile isn't just a projectile. It's a carrier of multiple apocalypses in a single launch. Each Peacekeeper can carry up to 10 independent nuclear warheads, known as MERVs, multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles. This means a single missile, in the final stage of its flight, releases its warheads to strike 10 different targets, each with a yield of up to 300 kilotons. Put simply, one Peacekeeper could destroy 10 cities the size of Washington in one attack. Its range exceeds 11,000 kilometers, allowing it to hit any point on the planet from silos within U.S. territory. It travels at hypersonic speeds, over 20 times the speed of sound upon re-entry, making interception practically impossible. The most terrifying thing isn't just its power, but its original purpose. Developed during the Cold War, its mission was clear: to guarantee that if the United States were attacked, retaliation would be so devastating the enemy would cease to exist. This doctrine, known as mutually assured destruction, turned the Peacekeeper into a weapon not meant to win wars, but to deter them through absolute fear. At peak deployment, the United States had 50 operational Peacekeepers, together holding enough destructive power to wipe out much of organized life on Earth. Although officially retired in 2005, the warhead and guidance technology still exists and could be integrated into modern missiles if global tensions demanded it. The Peacekeeper isn't just a missile, it's a multiple executioner, capable of unleashing an attack so broad and coordinated the planet would be in ruins before any help could arrive. And if this is number 2, the bomb at number 1 wouldn't just destroy cities, it could change the planet forever. Number 1. U.S. Nuclear Poseidon Project. There are weapons that can destroy cities, and then there are those that could alter life on Earth forever. At the top of this list is a concept so terrifying that, officially, the Pentagon has never confirmed it, but multiple leaks and analyses have spoken of it. A strategic nuclear torpedo system inspired by Russia's Poseidon project, secretly developed by the United States. This would be a massive thermonuclear bomb mounted on an autonomous submarine drone capable of traveling thousands of kilometers underwater without detection. Its mission wouldn't be just to destroy a port or a coastal city. It would be to generate a radioactive mega tsunami capable of wiping out an entire continental coastline. We're talking about a thermonuclear payload potentially exceeding 100 megatons, over 6,000 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. A detonation of this magnitude, set off at a certain depth, would raise a wall of water tens of meters high, devastating cities far inland and leaving behind a radioactive cloud that would render those areas uninhabitable for centuries. But the true terror of this weapon lies not only in its physical power but in its operational invisibility. As a submarine drone, it could be deployed months before a conflict, hide in the depths, and wait for the attack order. When that order comes, no current naval defense could stop it in time. This doomsday weapon concept embodies the idea of total destruction, not just ending the enemy, but altering entire ecosystems, collapsing global economies, and triggering a humanitarian disaster on a planetary scale. If the United States ever decides to put an operational version of this project into service, humanity would be living under the shadow of a silent, invisible monster with the power to erase entire civilizations in seconds. And there you have it, the 7 bombs with which the United States could destroy the world in a matter of seconds, from tactical weapons with surgical precision to secret projects capable of unleashing global apocalypse and wiping cities, countries, and even entire continents off the map. Each one is a silent warning that the power to destroy everything is literally just one button away. Now tell us, do you think the United States would actually use one of these weapons in a real conflict? Or do you believe their power is merely a tool of deterrence to keep enemies at bay? Leave your answer in the comments. And if this video has shocked you, you know what to do. Subscribe to TechZNX, activate the bell, and join us in the next journey to the most impressive and dangerous side of technology.